Hello and welcome to myfinancesteacher.org. Check me out on the website to stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, look for our Facebook group with the same name, My Finance Teacher, and have a look at what we post on Twitter. That's at myfinancesteacher without the last letter R. Let's have a look at gold, and something really interesting happened on Friday in gold. In one day, gold price increased by over $30. What does it mean? Let's have a chat about that. So first of all, I want to have a look at the chart of the US dollar. Starting again with both intermediate and daily cycles, looking at the previous intermediate cycle in the US dollar, this is what I see on the chart. These cycles last for about half a year. But for what's happening at the moment, I think a shorter term daily cycle is a little bit more relevant and more interesting. We've started a new intermediate cycle in the US dollar here at the end of June, and it looks like the first short-term daily cycle in the US dollar lasted between that end of June until 9th of August. Since then we have a new daily cycle which has only been going on for 14 days. These daily cycles might last somewhere around a couple of months. Even if they do turn out to be a really short ones, they are still likely to last for, well, let's say a month, around 4 weeks at least. This one has been only going on for a couple of weeks, and we see a huge red candle in one day, dropping dollar from the open of 98.2 all the way down to 97.6. with the wick on that day actually through the 50-day moving average. So I think it clearly tells us that the ongoing daily cycle in the US dollar has topped and we're entering into the declining phase. Again, based on the duration of these shorter term daily cycles, I guess we have at least another couple of weeks of the US dollar going down. So that's going to be at least until, let's say, early September. And I think the previous low that we saw on the 9th of August is going to be broken, because this top to the daily cycle might turn out to be closer to the beginning of the daily cycle, giving us a longer time frame to move down, making it more likely that the previous low is going to be broken. All of that, of course, is very positive for gold. With a big red candle in the US dollar, gold has already on Friday given us a really big green candle. That was a really nice move, which I personally have missed on gold-related assets themselves. As I mentioned in a lot of my previous videos, I currently was not holding any gold-related assets, but I do hold a lot of silver-related assets, and they are bouncing as well. Anyway, looking at shorter-term cycles in gold, the second daily cycle looks like it started at the very beginning of July, and given this huge green candle yesterday on Friday, I think we have finished the declining phase, relatively short declining phase of the second short-term daily cycle within an ongoing intermediate cycle in gold. Now we are in the third daily cycle in gold. Of course, the third daily cycle within its lifetime will take us into the mature time frame for the intermediate cycle in total. So there is no guarantee of really nice gains within the third daily cycle. But even if this daily cycle tops relatively early within its normal duration of around 2 months, let's say next couple of weeks is early compared to the normal duration of 2 months, meaning that we will only go up for a couple of weeks and we'll go down for another 6 weeks after that. Even in that case, I think there is still some potential to profit from a long position in gold, at least over the next several days, probably a couple of weeks. So in my personal portfolio on Monday morning, I will have a look if I want to add to my silver positions, but I am definitely going to buy some gold related assets, either GLD or GDX. I will think about that. Now, talking about the targets for this gold rally, this is a weekly chart, so let's have a look at some history here. Once we break through this resistance formed by the lows in late 2011 and early 2012, and gold is actually breaking through that resistance at the moment. The next point of resistance would be these lows somewhere in the early 2013. That is at about 1550. That is a possibility because that's only around $25, $27 away from where gold is already at the moment. And if that resistance is broken, the next level on the charts, it's slightly above 1600, but 1600 is a very round number. So if 1552 is broken, then the next target would be somewhere around 16,000 on the gold price. This is what the charts tell us, but I guess we will have to see what happens over the next few weeks. And lastly, a quick look at GDX. On Friday, similarly, we have a really big green candle on GDX. So talking about the potential targets for this GDX rally is, of course, that's the previous high that we saw in mid-2016, which is at about somewhere 31.6, 31.7. That is just about 6 or 7% higher compared to where GDX closed on Friday. It's not a huge amount, but I will try to catch these gains. But one thing to remember here is don't be greedy at the moment. Don't take too much leverage or maybe no leverage on this trade. After all, we're already more than 3 months into this intermediate cycle, and these last for only half a year. So we are soon due to get into some very mature phase of the current intermediate cycle, and we'll soon probably have to start the intermediate cycle decline. So let's try to get the gains over the next couple of weeks, but personally, I will be ready to take my profits off the table. And just a small comment on silver. This is SLV. I really like the fact that silver has broken above the previous high, which happened on the 14th of August. If you look at GDX in comparison, it hasn't broken above its previous high yet. So maybe, hopefully fingers crossed, it's the time when silver finally outperforms gold. And over the next couple of weeks, maybe we're going to have some really nice gains. That's it for now from myfinancesteacher.org. Hit the like button under the video. Give me your comments. What do you think? How high will gold go over the next couple of weeks? Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and good luck in your trades.